I thought we got stream link immediately. Oh no, it's a tier 3. There's the stream link for tier 1. There it is. Alright. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to switch my mic around. Should be good. People watching hear me? There's no sort of echo or anything like that. Just going to double check on stream a minute. Yep, that's fine. Hello, Charizard. Yeah, so that's fine. On to round 2 of the new season, of season 9 in ALR. It's season 9 or something like that. And here we are at Monza. Obviously, tier 2, tier 4 went early in the week. No, there's no football in the background. There's what, international break. I really, I can't lie to you, I don't have enough interest in Wales Wales' team to actually care to put it on. So no, there's no football in the background today. Probably might be not next week, it's still on international break, week after. Go back to normal football. Also, don't have a partner, I think, for this one. Pretty sure Mitchell decided to go do something else for the moment in time. So it's me on my own today. Doing tier 1 on my own for the first time. For proper anyway, with my role. Looking through, obviously, no you don't. No you don't, Charizard. You absolutely didn't. But looking through, going through from last week, a few of the people you would have expected to be toward the front had awful days. BR4 had one of those days you just like to forget, crashed down immediately. I wasn't expecting an awful lot either from you, Donny, to be honest with you. Charizard, there's 4 safety cars, I'm pretty sure. And the winner won on a 5-stop. It was not fun. It's absolutely not fun. Monza is the exact opposite of fun, but at least it's fun to watch, I guess. Driving is a different experience altogether. Gotta take the shots, Donny. Gotta take a shot. Honestly, there's probably it'll be weirder the day that when I don't actually take a jab rather than I do normally. It seems to be having a great time at the moment, Charizard. But here we go. Monza, 16 of 20 readied up. Let's see what kind of chaos we get this time. Turn 4 is going to be one of those where we're in tier 1, you would be expecting everyone to realize that curb is a nightmare now. I'm almost expecting someone to go over the top of it and hit someone else. Ascari isn't great. Ascari really isn't great. Denja will get pole. Yeah, Denja will get pole as if you mean the first one to hit a wall. But that would be a very good bet. Go on, Charlotte Dog, because I actually, because we did all these last week. Who do you think's gonna win drivers? Who do you think's gonna win constructors? I'm just getting a more wider opinion on it. We got we've got a full grid, and never mind, pretty much a full grid. This could be interesting. Turn 1's going to be a nightmare. Well, time to sort out my full track map. Lap data for qualifying. Tyre is negligible. Yeah, no, that's fine for rainy start. Oh. Ooh, I am a little bit looking even more forward to it now. Who's the first one out? It was Stickler, so I couldn't find the car for a minute then. As per usual, I know I say every stream, but we always watch qualifying, we always watch the first guy out of the pits and watch their out lap, and then watch their flying lap, unless they invalidate, then we move on. Nothing new to how I usually do streams, interviews most likely at the end. Looks like Stickler decided he didn't like that first corner. Getting on that curb never usually ends too well. See who makes that mistake first. Curbs are going to be even more of a nightmare in the rain. Get through, go down there into Ascari for his first out lap. Never. Oh, okay then. Now, it's tier 2 was a absolute nightmare the other day. Multiple safety cars. The winner was on a 5-stop. And my race ended after 2 laps. The Sky was not very kind to me. Stickler's going all the way to the outside round the final corner. And he's going to start his first lap. It's going to be his first lap of the session as well. You see Staber coming in, Staber going out behind him. Little bit wide out of the edge of turn 2, sorry. Goes through turn 3 pretty fine, always flat out. And here comes the first part where you can really make a mistake. Looks like he's gone fine. He's done that awfully well by the looks of it. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, Stickler's getting a little bit squirrely on the outside of the second Lesmos there. Probably going to hinder his lap time a decent chunk. Going into Ascari for the first time. On the curb, getting hit by yellows, and he goes incredibly wide. That looks like what I've been doing in Ascari all week. Still keeps it going somehow. Maybe just going too slow through the corner doesn't actually invalidate you. They go through the final corner now. What's the first lap time on the board? It's a 20.9. Staber through the last corner. It's going to do a 20.2 on the banker. Let's have a look at Ross. I mean, Stel has been racing in quite a harder division than you have. The Turbo 21 flat. Gonna have to improve on that by a large amount if he's gonna be able to do anything here. See people in time trial doing 19 Fords. Gonna have to do a lot better than 21. Did the 21 as well. I mean, that was banker laps of what I did earlier. Stan did a banker lap of 20.158. Ross did a 21.1. Oh, the dead logo 120.134. Denja's retired, Dad. There you go. That was not too surprising, I don't think. Let's watch Alu. See if he can come around before so we get to see what Denja did. I'm gonna take it away. Nope. Denja just got on too much of an A curve through the second Les Moss. I don't actually know which side he would have got on to spin there. Stickless almost did it, to be fair, so let's watch Alu's lap. So we've got Logan 120.134, Stanner 120.158, Staber 120.23, BR4 put up a 120.367, racing up to 20.846. I think everyone else's lap time I covered. Alu's going to go around and do a 20.983. Couple of guys need to up their game, I think, a little bit. Well, bad to see it because we're getting a wet start in this race. Let's have a look through Stell's lap. Stell's doing a flying lap now. He's going for a Scary. Keeps it much cleaner than I've seen a bunch of people do it in this one so far. He used the slipstream off the Ferrari. Looks like it was Joe, the one that's just setting up an outlap now. We'll watch Joe's lap immediately after this. So Rudy did a 119.862. Estelle did a 120.3 for his banker lap. We'll watch Joe's lap now. That was a fairly quick time for his first lap of the session. It looks like Rudy's going to be pushing towards the front, I guess. The L561 just letting people past. Donny done an outlap, Skeldy done an outlap. Looks like Trumpus is now second, and Joe's got way too much over the curb and he's got all out of sorts. Going into the first Les Moss, and White there somehow keeps the lap going. Trumpus did a 120.049, which is enough for second. So that's a pretty good lap for Trumpus, actually. There you go. The guy who won tier 5 last time, trying to make his mark on tier 1. Joe getting on the inside curb there, and Carl spun it a little, turned a little, but not enough to spin. Joe gonna be the last one doing a flying lap. We'll see at the moment anyway. He's got a couple coming back out. Scaled just gone to his flying lap. Donny as well. Joe does a 21.012. Let's watch Scaldy. See what time scales he can put up. Couple of the outlaps for, well, the couple of the flying laps for these guys, or the first flying laps, have been on par with what we saw in tier 2. Don't think we've already got the top 5 or 6 quicker than the tier 2 pole. Maybe 7 actually. I think it was 20.4 the pole, but let's see Scaldy. What's he doing through sector 2? 53.8. See how that fares with everyone else. Go to Ascari. Looks surprisingly clean for Ascari. We'll take a little break after qualifying, go and get a drink of water because I'm going to need it for the race, especially a wet start. Scaldy going to put up a 21 flat, right beside Tacobo, literally 0.001 away from Tacobo. Donny does a 21.4. Let's have a look at Rantis. What is he doing for his first lap? You see Scaldy did a 53.8. Yeah, Rantis looks a little bit quicker. See what time he can actually put up. Bambino's not put up a time yet either. Bambino's going out for his first actual lap. Staber did a 120.001 in the midst of watching Scaldy's lap. It puts him second ahead of Trumpus at the moment. There's a Red Bull coming out there. It looked like Rantis did a 20.614. Stan's retired. Like Stan made an absolute hash of it through. Oh, there's a DNF there. There's a invalidation there, sorry. Rudy coming through Scaldy on the back end there. So, Staber's going to come in, do BR4, what's his lap going at? Did a 120, doing a flying lap now. Let's watch BR4. Watch maybe Trompus, I think, afterwards. See who's closer to the line, actually. Geldy did a 20.891. Got everyone coming out of the 21 now at the very least. It looked like there was a purple there for BR4. It looked like it on the track anyway. Sometimes that's not actually true, but I guess we're about to find out. Wilt and Bambino are the only ones without a time now. Danger DNF. And through the second sector, he is 0.074 up, which would put him ahead of Stell, wouldn't put him ahead of Rantis. Gonna have to go a little bit better than what he was doing. Rudy still 1.5 times actually clear. Yellow flag. Bambino's retired from the session without a time. So Bambino's going to start 20th. Denja's going to start 19th. BR4 is going to put a lap, putting him on 6th position at the moment. So he didn't beat Stan. Let's watch Rudy go through. Rudy's quicker again. 1.5 tenths. Still see Denja's tyre on the track from... Got to be at least 10 minutes ago at this point. Staber's coming to the pit. He's going to be trying to go in again, and Rudy's actually just invalidated. Logan did a 119.876, as that's going to put him right up beside Rudy, albeit Rudy has a lot more time in his lap, as evident on the last one before he invalidated it. Trump is now the shot at bringing himself close to the top two. Not going to take it though, because it looks like he's a little bit slower. Yes, it's quite something. Stell did a 19.9 now. I don't think stats all that true anymore. Maybe half a second between that and 12. Looks like Trompus didn't do too well. So you got Rudy in first, Logan second. Let's assume Logan's coming into the pits. Yeah, Stell's going to come into the pits now as well. Some Trompus is slower. BR4, Rantis, Stickler, up to Joe, all in the pit. Kerbo out for his outlap. Alu is currently on a flying lap. 0.08 quicker at the moment. Would be enough to jump him up a single place. He's gonna have to do a little bit more than that if he wants to push himself towards everyone else that are very close together at the moment. He's now nearly 2 tenths quicker. Yellow flag in sector 3 is just the other. It's just Stell going around before he gets in the pit. Alu coming round now. He's got through a Ascari pretty cleanly. Round Parabolica now. See what time Alu can come up with. He's going to push himself any further than 13th. It looks of it, it's clean enough to go quicker than the Kobo. It is, but it's not quick enough to go anywhere near Joe. What's the time Ross doing? Ross is 2 tenths quicker here. And he's done enough, just about done enough. Rain in the race. Yeah, told me that we got a rain start. It's all he told me though. I don't know if we're going dries through the middle of it. I would assume so, because I would assume he would have told me it would have been through the entire race, but I could throw an extra dimension into this, I reckon. I'm wondering everyone's going to be different, because 30 mins in, there's 20% chance, so yeah, it's a rain start, we move to dries then. Shouldn't be, maybe half the race before we go into dries? I mean, lap 15, somewhere around that. Could be wrong. time's the Kobo doing at the moment? I know Ross has just done a lap, so he's probably pushing to not be improving. The Kobo is just gonna have a little thing with both the AlphaTauris here. Looks like Rudy and Skeldy ends out for their laps. The Kobo, don't think he's going to be able to push an awful lot here. There's a few outlaps coming. Rantis, Donny. We'll watch Rantis' lap first then, I guess. After we watch the Kobo, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we've got 2 minutes 44 left. Bit 16 thing, okay. Rantis was the next one I said. So Rantis, let's watch him. Comes through the end of the first sector and he is going quicker. It's not quick enough to be sending him any higher though. No, it's not. It's put him right behind BR4. As it stands, what is he going to do for the second sector? Goes through the Les Moss now and keeps it valid. Down with DRS all the way down to Ascari. Goes the time we have, and it's 1.5 tenths quicker at the moment. That would shift him up quite a number of places, put him up to about 6th, I think, at the current time. And then he invalidated for Ascari, so that's the end of that. Let's have a look at Rudy. Rudy's coming through to Ascari now. Gonna keep it valid. He does keep it valid through Ascari, but what time is he actually going to put up? Pole in tier 2 is 20.4. Pole here is going to be at least a 19. What time is it going to be though? Rudy coming across 19.758. You're pretty much a 10th quicker. See if anyone's able to respond. Not stable. Keep toward the guy to the front. It looked like Stable decided to be a little bit of a lawnmower for a minute then. His lap might have been compromised by that little bit of spin. It looks like he's backing off. Possibly? Yeah, he's backed off. Stickless is retired, so he doesn't feel like he has enough time left. What's BR4 doing? Logan's just come on to his outlap, so we'll watch BR4 here and then we'll go on to Logan. It looks like Rudy's... No, BR4 not quicker through the first sector. Looks like it got... Arantis has retired from the session now as well, as guys realising they're running out of time to set laps. Donny's retired from the session. The Kobo, as everyone's starting to realise there's not enough time for an extra lap. Stan's still up in 7th at the moment. I feel like that might be... Ross has retired. Not going to get another one, maybe, unless he's crashed. Oh, okay. So Jacobo is just in a wall. Never mind, Jacobo is not because he's not done an extra lap. It's just because he's in a wall. So Rudy's lap has now finished. Rudy's race qualifying, so is now finished. See if BR4 or anyone is going to be able to mount such of a comeback. BR4 ends 9th. Trumpus has invalidated. Stell coming around the final corner doesn't look like he's going to be able to make a push. Nope, he's going into the pits. What's Logan doing through the final corner? Here we go, Logan through the final corner. Is he going to be on pole? He is not. He is not. He is not quite as quick as Rudy. Rudy looks like... Yeah, Rudy's going to be the one that's going to be on pole here then. Rudy with his 1:19.758 is your tier 1 pole time. Logan did a 1:19.837. Puts him on the front row alongside Rudy. Estelle with a 19.930. Going to be on 3rd on the grid. Stable, first one in the 120s. Be 4th. Don't think Stable's going to complain an awful lot with... a 120 flat. Probably be a little disappointed if he didn't go any quicker, but being 4th, there's always a chance that the guys in front of you make mistakes. So that is your qualifying grid, anyway. Race grid for the race start. Rudy on pole, Trocker second. Trocker actually does get points in those in the Merc for the constructors. Stell third, Stable fourth, Erminator and Joe the Ferraris 5th and 6th. Joe was 13th into the last lap, so he's obviously pulled a great one. At the end, well, with the fact that we're getting a formation lap and it's in the rain, I will be back in 1 minute. I'm just going to go and get a drink. See, got my drink and it's back before the actual session starts. Got a flavoured water because you love to see it. Right. What's going on when it comes to intermediates by the looks of it? It's raining, but it's not raining a lot. The track looks all a little bit wet. We're gonna go wets for, well, intermediates for a short amount of time. Oh, Stan and BR4 got disqualified off the jump. Those two are gonna just be sat with dead cold tires. We might, those two might be in trouble. Mantis, there's a track, you might want to stay on it. Yep, we are getting rain. I don't actually know how many tiers have had rain. We didn't. I know that much. It looks like it would be our fault. It would be our Ford's fault for the disqualification from the formation lap. Stickless left the session, so Stickless's internet has just died again. Let turn 1 be carnage. Well, I think we might be getting that anyway. I know it's Monza. Turn 1 is carnage no matter what you do. Dry, wet, whatever, it's always an absolute nightmare. Kerbo, Alu, Ross, Wilt, Denja and Bambino. So Rudy's gonna get everyone reset on the grid. Game predicted tyre pit stop strategy. Probably it's gonna be Bottas. My bet's Denja. Something tells me that whilst the game's saying it's gonna be a one-stop, intermediate tyres to intermediate tyres. By the looks of what everyone's saying, if it's 20% rain half an hour into the race, then chances are that there's going to be a one-stop intermediates to a slick tyre. I guess we're about to find out. Let's see if the game will actually play ball and give me a decent angle of this start. Hopefully one down the... Just give me a camera from the bottom of turn 1. Gonna get this instead. Here we go. 5 red lights. His lights out, away we go! Logan started abysmal by the looks of it. Yep, Logan got an awful start. Estelle's flying and someone did a wall already. Jesus Christ, what's happened back here? Bambino, Denja, there's a Mercedes here, Ross. Stell's got 5 seconds, Logan's got 5 seconds. What is going on? What has happened here? There is chaos off the line. I was getting the look at chaos off the line, and there's chaos at turn 1. Oh my god. I was trying to see what happened between Denja and Bambino by the looks of it on the line, off the start. And then Del and Logan gets 5 seconds for a hit of Rudy, which I can only assume has to be under the because of the safety car. So Ross, Denja, Jacobo, Bambino are all gonna have to pit off the start. That looked tragic. One of them was just blocking the entrance to the pit lane, the exit to the pit lane, sorry, off the start. 2 Alpines had an absolute horrid time. Staber, through all this mess, has hit first. I'm going to assume that there's going to be incidents to get rid of those 5 seconds, possibly. There's chaos at turn 1, there was chaos off the start. You see, there's a reason why I said I wanted the game to give me a camera angle from the bottom of turn 1, and that's why. So I would have got both. Denja gets 5 seconds to speed in the pit lane. Just chaos everywhere. Three people had to pit. Did Ross survive? Up to Ross. No, it's fine. Ross is fine. Okay. Just after lap 1, we've got a whole different leader, a whole different set, a whole different order when it comes to the front 4. Couple of 5-second penalties, and the back 4 just decided they didn't want to start. So, what on earth has gone on? I'm kind of annoyed that I've missed turn 1. Because I was too busy too busy getting what happened in the back there. I was expecting Logan, Stel, Rudy to all play fair, but apparently not. That was a chaotic start. Absolute chaos. That's all this is. All this was off the first couple of corners anyway. Denja's retired for the session. What has happened to Denja? What could have possibly have happened to Denja under the safety car? I assume that means he spammed for Ascari. That's all that can be. Yeah, he spammed for Ascari. In the rain, Ascari. Well, in the dry, Ascari's annoying. In the rain, Ascari's gonna be absolute hell. Rain at Monza, and the track's gonna get a bit wetter anyway from everything that's going on. There, all cars drying slower through the safety car. Migrating host. Denja has left the session. Pretty sure you're not allowed to do that as host, but never mind. Donnie's retired as well. What on earth is going on? Okay. Looks like Donnie's screwed up over the curbs at turn 4. Stickles keeps jumping in and out of the session, I think. He got 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Safety car coming in this lap, so it should see Staber back everybody up. You crashed in a straight line. That's not the most danger thing I've heard in a long while. Everyone's trying to warm up their tyres. I'm just seeing everyone slide. Oh god. Staber going now? Looks like Staber might be going now. I think Staber might not be going now. Because he is just all over the place. And has been caught immediately on the line. Well, that was great, Staber. You screwed that up for Parabolica. Here we go, down into turn 1 for proper this time. And everyone's played fair, I guess. Well, I saw something fly. Someone did the grass back there. Everyone's still alongside each other, and we've got 3 wide, sorry, here. And, oh, it did momentarily through turn 3. Couple of guys going through, going into the corner there, and it looked like Trompus may or may not have completely screwed that corner and got away with it. Looked like Racing got overtook by Trompus and is now fighting off the fight from Rantis. The Terminator and Staber are going at it. Did Staber have wing damage there? Looked like Staber had damage. I think that might have been the thing that I saw fly. Yes. Yeah, Staber does have wing damage. That's going to hinder BR4. He tried to get on through. Gonna be a little bit of a fight here. I would assume that BR4 gets him before too long. Joe on should see team orders a minute. BR4 gets round Staber. He just doesn't get round the corner apparently. A few guys come round here. Rudy's hit the front again. Rudy's set the fastest lap. Staber comes into pit, and everyone's going to jump up a position. What was going so well for Staber? Something else fly off at turn 1 there. I mean, what football? It's international break. Nothing too exciting. Looks like Racing up to and Trompus are fighting. Looks like they are. They're going to go... Are they going too wide into this corner? Am I going to get a camera angle of them going too wide into this corner? I am. It looks like Racing got through, and it looks like Rantis got through as well, as Trompus is now going to have a fight between Stan and Nalhu. Little bit of a slide there from Trompus. He drifts around the corner rather than actually taking it. Looked like Rantis in front of him got onto the curb, maybe onto a little bit of the grass. Had 2 DNFs so far. The other Aston Martin hit a little bit of a problem into turn 1. We're losing a bit of his front wing. Going round lap 5 now, and there's a little bit of a train starting to form here. DRS won't come in till later on. See what happens with a bunch of the guys. Couple go fighting around Parabolica. Looks like Jacobo and Bambino are going at it. Oh, they were. Bambino seems to have got past. And now has a shot of Ross. Bambino's not had the greatest of weekends, and looks like my prediction from week 1's going incredibly well. Oh, looked like there's a little bit of a shove there from Jacobo on Bambino. A little bit of a push in the back. That's the closest we've got on the grid right now. Is Zalu on Stan? I keep forgetting that Alu's in the Red Bull now and standing thing. I'm used to say, oh, look like Rantis is going a bit quick around the first of the Lesmos. And Skeldy is teleporting. So there's always that. It doesn't look like there's going to be an awful lot of pushing here, I don't think. A lot of overtaking. Everyone seems to be content with where they are at the moment. Maybe they've seen what chaos happened on lap 1 and decided to hold fire a little bit. I'm surprised that Joe and haven't gone switch places yet, because you'd assume that Joe would be a little bit faster. Wait and find out. It looked like, oh, Stan's hit a wall. Stand in the wall of Parabolica. There's a virtual safety car. What's happened here? Yeah, he's in the pits. stand in the wall, virtual safety car. He's now in the pit, so he's got to replace a front wing, so he'll be behind or beside Staber. There's been a lot of collisions through the first couple of laps here, or first few laps now, because we're on lap 7. Had one for Staber, had one for Stan. We had the 4 at the beginning, we had the 3 off of Stel, Logan and Rudy in turn 1 that I didn't quite get. And while it's virtual safety car, I'm going to take a drink, get my voice back. It looks like we're ready to go again. Yep, we are. Anyone close enough for an overtake? Joe's the closest person, I think. Looking down, no, Bambino is. When that gets any closer, I'll bring that to you. Looks like Bambino dropped to about half a second now, actually. It seems to be everyone being roughly about a half second back. Couple of guys under that. Joe here on is one of those. Trumpus is in and around a quarter of a second, actually, so we might... We're gonna go see this one. You're bored. I think I've got this. I mean, if you want to join in, be my guest. Looks like Trump has just hit the back of Rantis momentarily. There's a few guys. Yeah, I will invite you momentarily. I'm just looking. If once it goes back to a few people that aren't fighting anymore. Going too wide here for a corner, but toward the back between Ross and Wilt. And it looks like, oh, and there's Bambino taking advantage. Oh, a little battle here, going too wide into the second chicane. Bambino's going to take advantage of that, gets past Ross. Is he going to be able to make a move on Mark as well? That was a nice little bit of a reaction time there from Bambino. Now they're going to go too wide round Ascari. Oh, this could be a nightmare. Too wide round Ascari. One's gone off the track entirely. One's been pushed. And now we're going 4 cars within each other. Jacobo's looking at the edge of all this. Look at that, Jacobo coming through. Jacobo has come through. Jacobo and Will Ern's come in for pit. These 4 keep going at it. Come in for pits. Looks like Rudy and have gone on to mediums. Okay. This has been a nice little battle between the 4 of these guys. Look at this. It's also been rather clean, I thought. I'm thinking here, you see Rudy coming about up behind. There's more of another Staber coming on into the pits. I think he might be just rolling the dice alongside Rudy and onto the mediums he goes. Rantis is really close. Yeah. I'm actually going to quickly add Donny. Depends how quickly the game will load people up. Oh my god, the game. Right, PS5 has actually functioned now. What have I missed? There's a safety car. God damn it! God damn it! I went to invite you, and because PS5 took so long to add you to the party, there's a safety car, I missed what caused it. Donny, you here?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey up. Everyone's coming to the pits, and Staber is slowly but surely got into a wall. I'm pretty sure that might be his front wing gone a little bit there.
Yeah, his front is literally almost gone.
I apparently can't invite people because the game group is closed.
That's racism.
Yeah. I can't actually invite you. That's an absolute shame. Yeah, Staber's front wing is at least taken a lime green hit. He's losing it all over the place. Probably orange on his left side. Everyone's coming on to mediums now. You see the track starting to dry up. Still a little bit wet, I think. It did by that camera angle anyway.
I think by the time the safety car comes in, it should be dry.
You might be right with that one.
But
The only
Stickless
person, yeah, I think Stickless might be AI.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Sin thing. I'm kind of annoyed because I've missed a couple of things in this race. Quite a couple of big things in this race because I was lap one. I was too busy focusing on the four at the back that were all over the place. Ross, Denja, Zakobo, and Bambino had a crash off the start. So I was trying to get that, and then Logan, Rudy, and Stell had a crash in turn one. Both of them got 5 seconds off of it. They've served it now. Now the safety car between the Kobo. I didn't actually quite see that to be inviting you to the party. See if I can.
Don't be upset, mate. It's Monza, so there's bound to be more collisions and that people dying.
Monza was a nightmare on Sunday, and it looked like it's not been a lot better here. Stickless had just gone into the pits. Safety car should come in this lap, maybe, depending on how close Staber can get.
Yeah, it depends how much Staber gets, but I do believe it should be able to come in this lap.
He is, what, half a lap, maybe a little bit more behind?
Yeah, but either way, the safety car will still leave him if he's 30 seconds back, because when I was racing in a league, I was 37 seconds back and the safety car just left me behind, so...
Fair enough. What's going on, Jude? What are you laughing at?
I don't even want to talk about my race. I just done a dunny moment, and yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, Staber's 28 seconds back in the first chicane at the moment. Everyone's heading down to Ascari. I did not have fun on Sunday. I'll say that. Sunday when I driven this, it was dry and I was out by lap 2. So you lasted longer than I did.
Stell has I think Stell is going to win this race. He's had pace all weekend, and I really do think because of the race, he will have more pace because he seems to be more of a race pace kind of driver than a quali. So yeah, I think he's got this in the bag. He's raced to lose.
Fair enough. I think, yeah, no, you might be right. I think Stell, he's been practicing quite a lot, to be fair, over the last... Yeah, they're going to wait one more lap while Staber gets on the back of everyone. So we're staying on the safety car until lap 13. Yeah, Stell has been practicing quite a lot, to be fair. Rudy is just insanely quick.
Rudy caught me by surprise.
I've been having some of the other tier 1 guys that have raced him before that aren't racing tonight. One of them's got a ban. That telling me that Rudy was insanely quick anyway. So it wasn't an awful big surprise to me that Rudy is toward the front. And you got Logan. I'm not surprised Logan's there, because obviously he was in the title fight for tier 1
Royal
entirely.
is doing a madness.
He had a good last lap of quali. the beginning 12-ish minutes were not great. Down there, you've had a great last lap. Came in early and then probably ruined the fact that they came in early because the safety car came out the next lap. Trucker is racing, yes. Well, Trucker didn't get a ban. Oh, he got a qualifying ban for the first race, but you didn't get a proper ban. Safety car in this lap. Yep, Stickless went on to soft, which I'm pretty sure is just an AI decision. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Everyone else on mediums assume they believe it can go to the end. What's happened here?
Dell is bunching up the whole field.
My game may have just froze. I can't hit a button. And I just have stealth saying repeatedly in the background. Oh my god. We're back. We're back. Here we go. Jesus Christ. Thank you, game, for that glitch. See, did anyone catch anyone sleeping? It looked like Logan was caught sleeping off the start. Bambino got Ross, so they're having a fight. These two going too wide into turn one. We've seen this multiple times already this race. Looks like Ross just backs out. There's Bambino on through. As for anyone else, we've got Rudy closing in on Stell at the front. It's the only one with decent actual battle now. These two are more sensible enough to know they're going couple of wide into turn 4 of the nightmare, and it looks like Rudy had an absolute nightmare, and it's going to allow for Joe to get through on Trocker. And Scaldy and Erminator are having a little bit of a fight. It's Span.
Ooh.
Ross and Bambino actually overtaken, but Erm's at the back now. Erm's spun through what looked like the second chicane. Might have had an absolute nightmare.
Bambino is lower than I expected him to be.
Well, I don't even want to talk about it, considering I predicted him in the beginning of Bahrain to win the title.
Bruh.
Hey, I can find anyone to jinx if I want to. It looked like Logan was on the back of Joe for Ascari. I don't know if he actually touched him. He's dropped off a little bit, and Rudy is fastest lap so far. 26.2 on the mediums, and here he comes down on Stell. He doesn't make the move. Looks like Logan did make the move behind him on Joe. He looks to take third back, and Joe gets alongside after Logan had an awful... It got a little bit shaky out of the second corner as well.
Oh, he tries to go around the outside now?
Going to go too wide into this. Oh no, he's actually going to get that done. And it looks like Stell and Rudy, they got that in the forefront of the battle between Logan and Joe. As Rudy gets through the second chicane. So Stell's now second, as Joe now has to try and find another way past Logan.
Logan is like a crutch, you can never get past him.
It's why he's where he is. So if you're very good at defending and you have pace, you're gonna be quite formidable in these kind of races. Looking down the grid, who's the closest? We've got 3/10 for Bambino, I believe, is the closest. No, Staben's within 1.5 tenths now. See that if that goes down any further, I'll switch to that. It looks like Staben lost his time going into Parabolica. Yeah, he has. Here we go. Rudy sets another fastest lap as he already had the second gap.
Rudy is rapid.
Yeah, he already had the second gap on Stell, and DRS is not going to play a lot of effect. Rantis and Racing going too wide through the first corner. As Rantis gets the better on the inside of the second corner, gets a far better exit as well. That's very well done.
Exit.
He's going to take that position with a proud move there. We've got, 5/10 of a second? 4/10 of a second between Joe and Logan. Oh, it was when I said it. It's gone
Rudy
up to
is
over half a second.
1.4 seconds ahead of Stell.
Yeah, well and truly way too quick, Rudy.
Bro was just leaving, man.
Yeah, he's well off in the distance. Irma's had a absolute nightmare. They're back 43 seconds off the rest of the grid.
Yeah, his race is practically over unless this is another safety car.
Another safety car, and he gets brought back into it, but that's literally his only hope from this point. Where are we going here? There's 0.2 of a second between Racing and Rantis. Anyone with DRS back here? Yeah, up here. Sorry, Joe does have DRS. Is he going to get close enough to Logan in the first corner? He is not. Racing and Rantis going at it again. It looks like Racing actually has the move done into the first corner this time instead of leaving it for a second chance. Ross got close to Bambino, but not close enough, as Stan is now on the back of Ross. And it looked like Staber got Mark through the middle of all that. The closest we've got as Rantis gets over the curb in turn 4. Might have lost a slight bit of time onto Racing as a result. Yep, now he's 0.8 back. Alu, 0.4 of a second behind BR4 in 5th. I don't think he's closing in an awful lot because of BR4's DRS on Joe. Turner's DRS on Logan. So we've got a little DRS train forming here.
That's the fast lap.
Yeah. It's not going to be an awful lot where he's all the way back there, though. It's not going to be an awful lot. Trumpus is now less than 0.2 of a second, or was when going into Parabolica. He's dropped off Rantis a little bit. These two are going to be tooth and nail down the first straight. DRS should see Trumpus through. And it doesn't.
Wow.
And, oh god, Rantis just... Oh, Trumpus just speeds right into the back of Rantis. A little bit of a push and shove between the two of them there. Looks like Rantis did a little bit of turning in. There's a yellow flag. And Staber's gone. Staber's gone.
Ooh.
Let's have a look through Stickler's. Yeah, Staber's gone off of turn 2. Tried to get on an exit of turn 2, and she's just gone too quickly. Gone over into the grass and hit a wall.
0 points for Aston Martin today.
After Staber won the race last week. That's the two different versions of Staber. Wins Bahrain and DNFs halfway into the race at Monza. So we've see the two versions of Staber we're getting this season.
What a mastermind play.
And then we've got another safety car, so Erm's going to somehow get brought all the way back into this as he goes for another pit stop. He's got to be careful. He's just about... He's gone on to another set of softs.
Okay.
Everyone comes into pit. Everyone but Rudy, actually.
What is he doing?
We saw this in Bahrain, where the one person that didn't pit got under the safety car got royally screwed.
Yeah,
Bambino,
he's gonna get swarmed.
Bambino tried it in Bahrain and got swallowed up by Stell and Staber pretty quickly. Now Rudy's gonna try it, albeit his 8-lap Skeldy is in second, by the way. So I assume that might be Skeldy is looking at a way to end pretty high and help out Rudy, maybe? I don't know. Obviously, his teammate isn't racing today, so...
You're forgetting this is Monza.
Yeah.
Because the tempo of speed, he's gonna get swarmed. Especially by soft runners.
You'd think so, but he's got pace. We've seen that. He's
true.
got a lot more pace than everyone else did on the same tyre. Whether he had enough... he's just revving the car now. He's letting that fuel burn. He's got 3... Looking on his dash there, I think that just said that he's got 3.68 extra laps of fuel. I think Rudy may have overfueled for this race.
I think because it was rain, right? And usually when it comes to rain, it likes sucks the fuel up, kinda.
Maybe, but you see when you get the start, and I got told immediately that it was going to be halfway through the race that everything cleared up. It was a little bit earlier than what I thought. I said lap 15 originally. Lap 10 was when it realistically started clearing up. But so 4 DNFs, so it's half the number we had in Bahrain. We've had 2 safety cars here already. Virtual safety car on lap 1. No, we might have been 3 safety cars actually that we are on now.
Well, welcome to Monza around this game.
Since the update of Monza on this game, this track has
it's so bad.
It's been downgraded. I know it's more like real life, but it's been so much downgraded.
Yeah. I used to be so good around this track, right? And the curves on this track in this game is suicidal, I swear.
Turn 4, certainly.
Yeah.
Oh, so my biggest problem came as Scary. But that never actually changed. That's just me not knowing how to do a Scary. Safety car.
My weakness.
I'm pretty fine around Parabolica. It looked like it was a couple of people's weakness. Stan ended up in a wall earlier at Parabolica, so I assume he shared the same sentiment. We got safety car. Will it come in this lap? Maybe? Are we going to get the message that it's coming in this lap? Or is it going to wait for I think it might be waiting for you know. Either that or we're getting a really going to catch up at the end here. We're getting a really, really late safety car into the pits.
Arm is benefiting greatly from the safety car.
Oh, 100%. He's put himself back in the race momentarily. Unless we're getting the latest safety car in this lap as possible, I think we're going one more. No, we're going one more.
It seems like an AlphaTauri 1-2 team tactics.
It would be if they're not both on mediums, and Scaled is not particularly quick. Denja fucked the lobby.
I really did think Scalesy was really quick, right? Until I raced him. And he's not as quick as I anticipated.
Scalesy was, he did take a very, very long time off. By that I mean he raced up until race 4 in Tier 3 last season, and then went to Mexico for a few months. So he had to catch the safety car queue and jump the Delta thing with a second. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, so had a drive-through. Yep, that makes sense. He may. That's why I guess that's why I said that he's in it for the moment. He'll very much be out of it by the end of the next lap.
Why does Arm have to do this to himself, man? Like, come on. I'm
wondering who's actually going to win this race, because BR4 might be in an incredible position.
Bell is in 7th. So he would have to do like a very good comeback.
Safety car in this lap.
I think Royal's got it.
I don't. I think I'm going to be on board with on the BR4 train here. I think it's going to be BR4 or Rudy from this position. BR4's got some pace, roughly the same pace as Joe. To toss up, I reckon, between those two. But Rudy is very quick. We're about to see whether or not those 10-lap mediums is going to allow him to have some pace on these softs. Compared to these soft runners, but I'm not sure. Here we go. Let's see if he's going to catch anyone sleeping. It looks like Skeldy's tried to get alongside him. And Rudy gone. Has he caught Skeldy napping? He has caught Skeldy napping, and so has BR4. Here we go. Down the straight. Joe, BR4. Here we go. Looks like BR4 is going to take into the first corner. He is. So it's going to be a straight shot now between... Oh, the few people going at each other back here. There's everyone alongside each other. I'm going to watch Ross and Alu go at it a minute. It looks like it's a straight shootout between BR4 and Rudy now, because Rascaldi might hold Joe up. Here we go into the second corner, into the second chicane, sorry, and Rantis gets past Stell, and Logan gets up to 6th. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, and Ross has span. Ross has span off the second sector. Oh, it looked like he did. May have saved it. He's still not last. Yeah, he saved it a slight bit. He did not have all the up from the spin. And here we go, Scaldy and Joe. Scaldy and Joe just about saved it for the gravel as he goes side by side. And Logan's got past him, and so did Racing. As we go down the straight into Parabolica. And it's Racing now in 4th, and Scaldy, bit of tough love from Joe there. Might have been a little bit more. As both of them went a little bit wide. I think Joe tried to turn in, and Scaldy just didn't let him. Rudy sets the fastest lap of the entire race, even though his softs are incredibly worn. His mediums are incredibly worn, sorry. Scaldy gets overtaken by Racing, as Racing looks for his podium here. Logan in 5th. Still somehow can't write off Logan from a podium in particular, but
bro, how is Rudy gapping BR4?
No idea. Rudy just. I had the funny feeling this was going to happen. But then again, look at Rudy and BR4. That gap just cut a few tenths. That about 3 or 4 tenths that just cut. It's now a thing. DRS gets enabled at the end of the lap, I'm pretty sure. Trumpers gets 3 seconds for track limits. Logan on Scaldy. Here we go. Am I going to get a good camera angle as Scaldy follows Logan wide, as he did to Joe moment in the lap before. But it's not going to work to the same effect as Logan just bullies his way past. And it's going to allow for Joe to get past Scaldy as well.
Logan is a G, you know.
Because I would not have had that much balls around Parabolica. I will admit that. And Alu and Stell and Scaldy are all having a little bit of a fight now. It's Racing that's the fastest lap of the race. It looked like Alu has got past Scaldy, and you would assume that Stell's going to do the same in a minute.
Logan just didn't care. He just barged his way through.
Ross and Mark having a go at the back here is getting a good camera angle of this little fight. BR4 is flipping in between inside and outside of that DRS range on Rudy. When that does eventually get reactivated, it's going to be interesting to see whereabouts he is. It looks like those softs are coming into it now.
I'd be saving his ERS. He could be saving his ERS for our attack.
Maybe. We've got a few guys back in 10, 11, 12. Stell and Bambino that are pushing for it. The DRS is here. As you see from BR4's time dropping a little bit there. Stell on the back of Trompus, but not able to make a move work, because Trompus is going to keep the position. He's got his 3-second time penalty. He's going to drop him all the way back towards Mark by the looks of it. Stell down the straight. Is he going to have enough pace to make a move? No, he's not. Rantis and Joe have DRS as well. You would expect BR4 to start closing that gap a little bit. Logan with the fastest lap of the race so far. Trompus and Scaldy's going to get overtaken by Stell here as well. And it's going to allow for this battle to continue between Trompus and Stell. Just a line of cars through turn 2. Are we going to get Scaldy and Stan? We are. Stan gets through round turn 3, and Scaldy forces someone a little wide there. It looks like Bambino went a little wide trying to make his way round. BR4 has now got within half a second. Here we go. Is BR4 going to be able to hunt down Rudy? That's the big question with 3 and a bit laps left to go at the Grand Prix. BR4 within a quarter second now. Loses it all through Ascari though. As Stell and Trompus go and have a little battle, which Stell comes out on top in lap 24, takes 8th position.
BR4 is closing in.
That's annoying. I've just realised that I've still got this speak to thing, the command on for when I talk, so that's great. Here we go. DRS down the first straight. BR4 gets alongside into turn 1, and he gets in front of Rudy, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix with basically 3 laps to go. And BR4 has taken advantage of Rudy's probable mistake of just not going on to softs. I think that Rudy might be regretting that by the end of the day.
I knew he was saving his ERS. I knew it.
Rudy still hasn't... BR4 still hasn't cleared Rudy fully. Still within an arm's length. DRS might be able to push him close enough for Rudy to have a second shot. But doesn't look likely at this point. You've got Rantis on Joe, and they go through Ascari, and Trocker's out! Logan's out! Logan's hit a wall! Oh, that's a big one! Doesn't look like we're bringing out a safety car. No, we're not, because there's only 2 laps left of the race now. No more safety card that can come out. So Logan just died off Ascari at the end of the race, and he's not going to be too happy as Rantis gets past Joe. And these guys are going to be happy with inheriting a fight with Rantis if they can get close enough for a podium spot. That is incredibly unfortunate for Logan. And Rudy's still, it's 3/4 of a second now, and racing is closing in on Rudy. Rudy might be able to hold on for second. However, he certainly isn't winning this race from here. Rantis and Joe, and Rantis is in a wall! Rantis is in a wall, and he's lost his front wing! Out the second chicane, and another one! Earns in the pit again! That's apparently just his specialty. Jesus Christ! So the last laps, we've had Erm in the pit, for his, assuming he had a crash. Logan DNF, Rantis is in a wall. Couple of guys are going to inherit massively here. Rantis is now last of everyone that isn't Erm. And Rudy gets past BR4 around Parabolica into the final corner. And after all of this, we're going into the last lap with Rudy in the lead.
I could have
because you've gone in. What's the point? Why would you need the fastest lap? You're in 15th. It doesn't count. What are you doing? What are you doing, Em? You don't need a fastest lap. Okay, sure, fine. I assumed you crashed because it doesn't make sense to have gone for a fastest lap at this point. BR4 makes another move into the second chicane, and he gets him, and we're going back and forth. Rudy didn't give up the fight into the final lap. BR4's gone and made another move. We come into the end of sector 2. Rantis is in a wall again, by the way. Rantis is in a wall.
For DRS.
Maybe, but I didn't quite pay attention. Oh, here we go again. BR4's in the gravel! BR4's in the gravel! Rudy spun! Rudy spun and BR4's in the gravel!
Another one!
And Racing is gladfully going to take advantage of this! As Racing is going to come round Parabolica in first! Rudy and BR4 in another little bit of a spot! Round Parabolica, here he comes on lap 27! And after all of this, Racing has won the Italian Grand Prix! And Telly's going to get the fastest lap, so after all this, Rudy's not even getting a point. I apologize, I'm pretty sure I called it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I did call Racing Rantis because I was too busy talking about Rantis in the wall on that corner. But I do apologize for that, but I did get it right in the end. Racing is your winner. What the hell have I just watched?
They're gonna be beeping in chat. I know for a fact.
Racing has won. Joe has come second after getting his move on BR4 right at the end, as BR4 was covering after maybe his little bit of a spat with Rudy into Ascari, and BR4 is going to take the final podium position. What the? What the hell have I just watched?
Bruh. I have nothing to say.
Yeah, it's BR4 that's taking blame because he was too busy to thing with Rantis. To be fair, I got distracted by Rantis' car in the wall as well. Ouch. 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 That's all I'm going to say about that.
This race is just proven Monza in a nutshell. Anything
and we're raining again. We've come full circle and raining again. BR4 and Rudy go head to head into Ascari. BR4 makes a mistake, spins Rudy, or makes some sort of contact that has thrown Rudy off. And it's allowed for racing to go through on literally the second to last corner of the entire race.
I can't believe that.
To win it.
Racing must be a static go.
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna have to see if I can get interviewed to this.
Please do, because it's really fascinating to see.
At racing at BR4 at Joe. Do we get? Where's Joe? Joe Royal. Do we get anyone else in? Get Rudy chat.
Try and get Rudy and get BR4.
Let's have a look. See if we can get. Jesus Christ, that was a lot that happened. That was a lot to take in on just lap 27. Never mind anywhere else of the race. Lap 27's going absolute madness. Let me see if I can find the chats that I made for interviews this time last week. Yeah, you added Joe. You're adding them into here. Alright. Joe. Joe, Rudy. Oh my god, the game and loading up. Where's Rudy? Why am I blind? Rudy.
What a race.
It really was. What on earth have I just witnessed? I assume that's the same thing that I'm going to get a response from racing in a minute. See, trying to get Rudy to add me. See, BR4. Did BR4 want in? Don't know if BR4 wants in. But we'll stay here for a moment. Also, the comment from Jude's comment in chat wins weirdest comment of the day. I don't think I've got a... Oh, no, BR4's watching Sweden. Okay. So, right. Whilst... Actually, let's Rudy... and add him in here. For God's sake, PlayStation and loading. Alright, let's see if Rudy can get in here now. We'll start with Rudy, and then we'll go through to Joe, and then to Racing, because he won the race. Right. Just before we start, has everyone got their audio on sharing? Just so they'll make an absolute...
Yeah.
Right. Let's start with you then, Rudy. Go talk us through your race.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I was leading. I got pulled and don't know what happened in turn one, but I got some bumps and then got overtaken by two cars. But then on the inters, I realized I had a lot more pace, so I was just pulling a gap, and then I went onto the mediums. Was a bit too early, I think, so safety car might help me a little bit, definitely. But yeah, I pulled a gap on the mediums as well. Pace was really good. I was just chilling, and then I saw the safety car came out, and I saw my delta that I would come out in P15 if I'd pit, and I didn't expect everyone to pit, which they did. So yeah, I was surprised by that, but it was fine because I still had really good pace. Could stay with the soft guys, and then final lap made a move and then got smashed into. So yeah, it's just unfortunate, but can only be happy with the pace I showed. Like, pace was really good, but yeah, shame I got taken out, but yeah, it happens.
So I'm gonna ask you. So what's going through your head when you're winning the race, right? You go through like 27 to 27, and then that happens as Scary. What went through your head through that kind of moment?
Yeah, I saw the back marker and I thought, like, what's this guy doing? I don't know what he was doing, because I don't think it was an AI, so yeah, just don't know what he was doing. But yeah, once I felt that I got hit from behind, I knew it was over basically, because yeah, it's a fast corner, you're spinning around, no way you're gonna save your car. It's, of course, like, I didn't even get really mad, I was more like laughing, because I saw the left car and I knew it was gonna happen, but yeah, if these things happen, it's I'm only reserve, I'm not in the championship fight, so yeah, there's no harm done, but yeah, it was nice returning to the league, but yeah, just a shame what happened at the end.
Fair enough. And then I'm going to ask you this. With my last question, Donnie might ask you one afterwards. But when it's a wet start and you're going through, you're going to be dry at the end, what's the kind of like mentality we're going strategy-wise when you go trying to like figure out what's going to happen with that?
Yeah, normally I keep asking Jeff what he's saying on the weather and what tires are better, and he said that the softs and inters had similar pace, so yeah, I thought I'd go for a bit of a risk, because yeah, I didn't want to get undercut, but yeah, I went a bit too early, but I was just checking what Jeff was gonna say, and he said they were similar, so I thought I'll just risk it, just go for it. Yeah, it wasn't the right call, but safety car helped me, and then yeah, I got back in the race, and then yeah, it was just basically checking Jeff all the time.
Fair enough. Donnie, you got any questions?
Nah.
Fair enough. Right. Thank you for the insight, Rudy.
I love Rudy.
I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. No problem. So, Joe, next. Talk us through your race, Joe.
Well, considering I had no practice, I took P6 in quali, which I was
quite pleased with how much my TT done. Seeing the race was going to be in the rain, I was skeptical of being the track that it is. I don't like Monza. I got a really bad start compared to Upta. He just shot down my right. I broke quite early. I saw the carnage go on in front, and then when the VSC got deployed, there was sort of crawl at 10, don't hit anyone. And for the rest of the rain, it was sort of just try and stick behind eventually I was going to try and overtake him as he pitted, because I was like, I need to be ahead of him when the rain comes, or when it goes to dry. It didn't matter because of the safety car and he pitted too early. But didn't jump anyone in the pits, even though really pitted too early, and the front two had penalties. After that, it was sort of just stick in Trocker's DRS, try see if he could track me along to the front two. And then once obviously we got the message for the second safety car, or to pit for the softs, it was sort of, oh, what do we do here? And I was like, I said to myself, I'm going to pit no matter what. It's like, I want the softs. The top two pitted, and straight away I was like, yeah, Rudy's not going to be in a good position here, he's going to be the only one. But when Scalzi stayed out, I was like, oh, this is going to be a bit of a problem trying to get past him. But while we were in the pits as well, we had obviously, because so many cars were in the pits, we had Choco got held, I think, by Alu being stuck in front of him, because Stell had two McLaren in front of him, and it just caused a constant effect that they had to wait for the McLarens to be serviced, for the Red Bulls to get serviced, for Choco to get serviced. Took him someone out the running, took Stell out the running. In the end, I also got jumped at BR4 in the pit lane because of being held up by the Alfa Romeo and the Haas myself, which was again frustrating because it meant that I was now one car further back from Scalzi on the mediums. I was basically on the grass into the first corner. I couldn't get him. Tried to get on the back straight, and what in my opinion was a bit of a dirty move to come back across on the brake into Ascari. And I count myself very lucky that I wasn't in the wall. But after that, it was just keep my head down, and in the end, everyone else made mistakes against me, and I got rewarded with P2. And I think I'm 2 points off the championship lead after 2 races, which for me is quite good considering I spun at Bahrain, and Monza's not my best track.
Fair enough. And you've kind of answered already, but my next question was going to be, because you had everyone going through. Logan was incredibly quick off the safety car. He was going through, and then he spun, and then you see at the end that BR4 Rudy have gone. What's kind of going through the head when you just see everyone in front of you one by one going out?
A reaction to Trocker spinning was just, obviously it's like, I've got a free position. But in my head, I'm like, DRS train's broken. I was like, I'm not catching the top 3 now. I said, I'm going to get overtaken by Rantis. And I was like, yeah, that's ruined my race. Rantis then spins to the De La Rocha chicane on the next lap, and I was like, okay, P4 now, I've got 2 seconds to Alu, I'll just sit here. But I saw BR on 26, obviously I saw BR4 pull away to hit the brakes and do a George Russell 2018 F2 move to try and get the DRS on Rudy. And I was like, come on, please something happen on this final lap, just to at least give me an opportunity to be involved in the fight. And obviously it did, get into Ascari. I started to overtake BR4 as well, which I thought was a very decent move into the final corner to take P2. But that whole lap it was just, come on, please, let there be an incident, just to give me an opportunity, and in the end it did, and I think I took it as well as I could.
Fair enough. And then my final question is, you mentioned earlier that you were like 2 points off the championship lead, so given the fact that we are still incredibly early into the season, what's your ambitions for the season, both drivers and constructors?
Well, I think my objective is still the same, and that is to win the championship in both this and sprint. I have the pace to do it. The calendar very much does suit me, unlike last season's. I'm in a car that I prefer as well. I've got Emma as my teammate, who, albeit he had a really different day, I still have faith in him to bring the points home as well for the team in later races. So I do think that we've got a strong pairing to challenge. It's just going to be, on days like today, where the Red Bulls finished again 4th and 5th, it's a good haul of points for them. Yeah, they only outscored us by 2 points because of my 18 for second, but it's still obviously less points. It's more of a gap to build, but we can obviously work on that and get in points. But as well for myself, like I said, first 2 races, Bahrain, I think I should have done so much better. I made too many mistakes at Bahrain, but I got rewarded with P5. And today I just kept myself out of trouble, and I got rewarded again.
Fair enough. Well,
I have a question.
Go on, Donny.
Yeah.
What are we going to see from you next week? Baku's a good track for you, so what should we be expecting from you?
Well, I'm not sure what to expect, because I might make a few changes to my personal setup. However, I do feel confident, obviously, around Baku. I'll have to see what it feels like in the Ferrari, because obviously the last time I did it was in the Haas, very different car in terms for me psychologically handling. But it is my best track. I've got a very, very good track record at Baku, and I do feel confident for it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the insight, Joe. I think we go on to the race winner now. You have to be absolutely ecstatic racing.
Yeah, I mean, it was very shocking. Especially, I mean, I was shifted to Tier 1 right at the beginning of the season. I didn't think I was going to come to Tier 1, mostly Tier 2 or Tier 3, but I think so the admins thought I can drive in Tier 1, so I'm driving here, and I did not expect that. My pace was just alright, it wasn't the best. But yeah, overall I just tried to stay away from crashes and people spinning around, because a lot of people did spin around close to me, so yeah, it was a fun race overall.
I bet. You're absolutely ecstatic, I can hear it. So with that, talk us through your race as a whole then, rather than just...
So in the qualifying session, I think so I could have been like 2 or 3 positions up. I messed up my final run, so I lost like a 10th or 2. But in the race start, I made up 2 positions from P8 to P6. Then the safety car was fine, but after the safety car restart, I lost positions again. Then I overtook some people. So basically, I was losing and gaining positions throughout the race. But nothing looked like I was going to be on the podium till the last safety car came out. And when it did, I had in my head that I'll just go for the softs, because I was I think I was just scoring 6 points because I was P7. So I just went for it, and I thought, you know what, let's just try something. The softs are good, and let's try to make use of it. Luckily, I think so I got one of the AlphaTauris right at the restart, Scalesy, and another one of the Ferraris, I think so, that were on the soft tires. So it made my job a bit easier. The podium looked real, but then El Trocker was so quick. I mean, I wasn't particularly making any mistakes, but this guy was gaining 3/10 a lap on me, so I was just going to give up that position and I was going to be happy with P4. But yeah, at the end things turned out in some in another manner. So basically I felt like Daniel Ricciardo, and the top 2 were Hamilton and Verstappen and Abu Dhabi going for 1 lap. That's what I felt like. I was just looking at the battle. I'm gonna watch it. You guys go for it. that's all I felt like.
Fair enough. that actually answers what the question I was going to say next, because I was going to ask what's going through your head when you're going for it third and you see those 2 come together. Honestly, it's just I weren't expecting that. I'm still lost for words at what the hell just happened. So how do you?
I'm flabbergasted.
How do you aim to build on this then? Because got to go somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this season is still long. A lot of races are left. A lot of quick drivers here. This is my first time in Tier 1, and I knew that some of these drivers are really quick. I'd never faced most of them. I have raced with some other drivers in some other leagues, but yeah, they are really good and consistent. So So I just hope that I keep on finishing races. I'm not aiming for the championship. But if I end up in the top 5, I'll be really happy.
Well, fair enough. You got any questions, Donny?
Yeah. Where do you think you're going to finish next week at Baku?
Well, Baku is a track where you can't predict anything. The guy who can get like a drive-through at the restart might end up winning the race. It's that kind of track. You can't predict anything. One car crashing in the castle section and the game not ghosting the car can lead to like the top 3 or top 4 losing their front wings. So anything is possible at Baku. I'm not going to predict anything. I just hope that I finish the race, and I think so that's going to be good enough for points. So that's all I care about, scoring points every single weekend. Bahrain, I lost out on a great amount of points. I got a stupid drive-through. So yeah, it's good that I got some points back this weekend, but it's a long season. I'm not going to get over myself that I am going to be on the podium every single weekend. No, I'm going to focus to score points every single weekend.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for the insight. I'm gonna let you go and celebrate that whatever the fuck that last lap was.
Yep. Well, thanks for the comms, guys. I was listening to some of your comms and it was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you about that.
In a bit. Let's see you next week.
All right. See you guys.
In a bit. And that's it for interviews. I think I'm going to end the stream here. You got new week of races coming up. So you got the tier 2, tier 4 on Sunday evening with Baku. Azerbaijan. That's going to be when I'm racing. That's going to be quite fun. Then you've got Sprint next Tuesday. I think there's a few things coming in with GT7 possibly in the next couple of weeks. And then you've got tier 1 again next Thursday. And I think I'm going to leave that there in a bit.